Good evening and welcome to the Friday edition of Source 16 News at 10. Thanks for joining us. New this hour, a Marshall County teen was life-flighted from the scene of a single vehicle wreck this afternoon. According to the Marshall County Sheriff's Department, 19-year-old Michael Kaufman of Calvert City was southbound on Moores Camp Highway near Fair Dealing when his vehicle ran off the road and overturned after hitting a ditch and a hay bale. Kaufman was airlifted to Vanderbilt Medical Center in Nashville for treatment of injuries. Also new this hour, 3 Western Kentucky residents were arrested after a Graves County man confronted a burglar and chased him away from his home this morning. Sheriff Dwayne Redmond reports that around 4 o'clock, a sergeant was dispatched to a burglary in progress at a residence on Kentucky 339 West, just east of Wingo. When he arrived, the homeowner advised him that a male had tried to break into his home and had fled when he was confronted. Police say the homeowner chased the burglar in his vehicle and was able to stop the fleeing vehicle on Kentucky 1748 near the intersection of Kentucky 339. When the sergeant located the suspect's vehicle, 24-year-old Donna Tynes of Tri-City was with the vehicle and advised him that she was involved in an accident, but later changed her story and told police what had happened. During a search of the area, police found and arrested the 2 men involved in the burglary, 24-year-old Nathan Harrison of Murray and 32-year-old James Joy of Mayfield. Tynes was charged with second-degree facilitation to commit burglary and falsely reporting an accident. Harrison was charged with second-degree complicity to commit burglary, and Joy was charged with second-degree burglary and tampering with physical evidence. The trio were booked into the Graves County Jail. 5 years ago, the city of Hopkinsville adopted its first residential enterprise zone, or REZ. At that time, it was a program designed to encourage builders to build homes in key areas of the city. Now, the city has renewed REZ, and there are some new features that make this edition different.
We have renewed and enhanced the residential enterprise zone incentives, and the incentives are greater than they were before for builders, and this time we have a new incentive program for home buyers. The purpose of this program is to encourage builders to build and also to encourage buyers to buy, and it's a very unique and aggressive program that we are hoping will spur a development of residential housing in Hopkinsville.
One of the major differences in this edition of REZ is that it now gives benefits to the home buyer in addition to the builder.
It's a $1,000 rebate. If you buy a new home and you live there 3 years, you get a $1,000 rebate from the city, plus you get a huge break on your property taxes because you pay property tax based on the original lot value instead of the value with the house built on it. And that rebate comes at the end of 3 years. And so for say a $150,000 house, the total rebates to a buyer could be in the range of $2,500.
The new REZ program is designed to address some key issues and can actually target home building to certain areas.
There's a lot of advantages to this. One, we can try to direct development into areas where we would like to see a new construction developed rather than just willy-nilly using up good farmland. And another thing is that we are incentivizing the building of sidewalks and underground utilities.
Kemp says that the REZ program should be particularly attractive to the military when combined with the lower cost of living, sales tax, and rebates available through home ownership. For a complete look at the program requirements and benefits of the new REZ, visit hopkinsvilleky.us/incentives. Well, hundreds of Fort Campbell soldiers stood at attention today to honor an outgoing commander while welcoming another senior leader. The local Post 1st Brigade Combat Team held a change of command ceremony to officially say their goodbyes to Colonel Andrew Pappas, who relinquished his command to Colonel Joseph McGee. According to Pappas, he's sad to leave, but is comfortable with McGee's ability to take responsibility of the brigade.
As you can tell, I cherish and love this formation and the soldiers that are a part of it. And leaving is extremely difficult. And what softens the blow is J.P. McGee is taking command of this brigade. We've changed command at the company level. He is a man that I have the utmost respect for. He's an incredible warrior with experience and the depth of experience of the fight forward. I trust him. I admire him. I would serve for him on any day. so it's easy to hand it over to a person who's a personal friend and a professional. JB, with your caliber, I know that this brigade, just as the company handed over, is going to be better than as I handed it off to you.
Following their speeches, each battalion saluted the commanders, signifying their unwavering support of the new leadership. Gas prices continue to rise at the pump. That's why the Christian County Board of Education last night approved a gas rate increase during their board meeting. Communications Director Heather Aubin told Source16 today the school board approved a field trip mileage rate of $2 per mile compared to $1.50 per mile. Aubin says the school district's transportation director Mike Brumley requested the increase after diesel prices went up. The school board then went into closed session to discuss pending litigation. A Todd County Circuit Court judge today heard arguments from the defense attorney for Garrett Dye and from the prosecutor regarding suppression and change of venue motions. Court officials say the motion hearings will likely continue on Monday and Tuesday of next week because more witnesses are scheduled to testify. Dye of Trenton is charged with murdering his 9-year-old adopted sister and biological cousin, Amy Dye, on February 4th when he allegedly beat her in the head with a hydraulic jack handle at their home on Dogwood Lane. The 17-year-old is also charged with resisting arrest and tampering with physical evidence. He's scheduled to go to trial in November. The Christian County grand jury today indicted a Hopkinsville man recently tried and found not guilty in connection to the 2008 robbery and shooting of a local cab driver. 27-year-old Lamartine Coleman was indicted on charges of possession of a handgun by a convicted felon and possession of a controlled substance, cocaine. The indictment comes after Coleman testified during his trial that he was in possession of a gun and drugs on December 9, 2008, when a Babbage cab driver, William Stokes Jr., was shot in the head. Stokes was flown to Vanderbilt Medical Center in Nashville following the shooting, where he recovered. Coleman's co-defendant, 28-year-old Donald Harris, took a plea deal with the Commonwealth's attorney in connection to the robbery and shooting. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet is again warning motorists to expect substantial delays along US 41A, Fort Campbell Boulevard in southern Christian County as road construction activities continue to increase between Hopkinsville and Interstate 24. Starting Monday, spokesman Keith Todd says traffic will be restricted to one lane with an 11-foot load width restriction at mile point 10 for work on the Rock Bridge Branch Bridge just south of the Kentucky Veterans Cemetery West entrance. Todd reiterated the agency's request that as many motorists as possible use the newly completed Breathitt-Penarol Parkway extension that connects Hopkinsville to I-24 on a route parallel to Fort Campbell Boulevard. He also reminds area farmers that the 11-foot maximum load width for work on the Rock Bridge Branch Bridge will mean most farm equipment will be unable to travel through the bridge section of the work zone. In addition to the lane restriction, Todd says the highway work has disrupted electronic loops that control the timing of traffic signals on the boulevard, creating the potential for additional delays. The 9-mile work zone on the boulevard starts near the intersection with Kentucky 117 and runs north through the I-24 interchange to Sylvie Lane in Hopkinsville. Motorists who travel Kentucky 109 Bradshaw Road in Christian County need to be aware a portion of the road will be closed Monday. Transportation Cabinet spokesman Keith Todd reports Bradshaw Road will be closed around 7 o'clock Monday morning between the 5 and 6 mile marker for a cross drain repair. The road should reopen around 2 o'clock Monday afternoon. Motorists who regularly travel this section of Kentucky 109 Bradshaw Road should be aware of this planned closure and make advanced alternative travel plans. Dangerous heat continues to grip much of the Midwest and eastern United States. Locally, the National Weather Service in Paducah has extended the excessive heat warning until Sunday evening. This type of warning is issued whenever a prolonged period of hot weather is occurring in an area. Temperatures will top out in the mid-90s across western Kentucky over the weekend. High humidity levels will yield maximum heat index values between 105 and 110 degrees. Now, this situation creates dangerous conditions for anyone planning outdoor work or play. You need to take extra precautions when spending time in the heat, reschedule activities to early morning or late evening. Also wear lightweight and loose-fitting clothing and drink plenty of fluids. In a story we brought you last night about a theft at a local bank, police have cited a cleaning service employee to court in connection to the theft. Hopkinsville police charged 53-year-old Joyce Ann Edmonds of Hopkinsville with theft by unlawful taking for stealing 2 laptop computers from Heritage Bank. Police say Edmonds was working for Complete Cleaning Service at the time of the theft. According to police, the crime was caught on video surveillance, and Edmonds admitted to officers that she took the laptops. She returned the laptops to police, who then returned them to Heritage Bank. Well, a string of vehicle thefts is being investigated by the Hopkins County Sheriff's Department. For the past 2 nights, the Sheriff's Department reports deputies have been working automobile theft reports from residents in the northwest area of Madisonville, where the thieves have taken purses, wallets, electronics, guns, and cash. Police believe the thefts are occurring between midnight and 5 in the morning. The Hopkins County Sheriff's Department is wanting to remind everyone to remove all of your personal belongings from your vehicle and make sure your vehicle is locked and secured. They also advise all residents to leave some of their lights on, lock all doors, and report any suspicious activity. Well, the second fugitive featured on Crime Stoppers this week is behind bars. 19-year-old Kwame McGregor was arrested by Hopkinsville police at a home on East 18th Street around 11:15 last night. McGregor was wanted for first-degree burglary, retaliating against a participant in a legal process, and second-degree unlawful transaction with a minor. According to the arrest warrant, McGregor unlawfully entered the home of Nathaniel Brown on East 18th Street with several other perpetrators, including a juvenile who has also been charged. Brown told police that the juvenile threw a brick at him, and McGregor pointed a handgun at him and fired it. He stated that McGregor and the juvenile made comments to him indicating that the attack was in retaliation for their mother, Tanya McGregor, who was arrested for assaulting Brown on July 2nd. McGregor was booked into the Christian County Jail.